Move. So, for the wayward camera, I am going to something rather different. The Brahms E major, Opus 116, number 4, Intermezzo. But not unlike the, well, actually, a lot like the Bartók dance suite. It's heavily contrapuntal, very, very subtle in its voicings, and therefore just about every note needs to be kept track of. In fact, later Brahms, as opposed to earlier Brahms, who was also contrapuntal but much more overtly and obviously, weaves things together so much more tightly that there's not a moment of complete repose. It's always going somewhere. So anyway, G sharp to A. The beginning and the end happen at the same time. Down to the A sharp to B. And on we go. Down to the B. Long appoggiatura. Return, this time arpeggiated variation. Single note. This time it's going to go down. You know what? I really half expected to get to G sharp, and that was obviously wrong. And the reason was I started getting enamored by a voice leading. I just wanted it to resolve, but it doesn't resolve. That's the whole point. I got suckered. That's what I expected. It's nice to know. So, completely okay, so that's pretty funny. And also, I wanted to play the sixth in my right hand, unlike the way Brahms wrote it. But this section is the hyper intense moment. It's the most contrapuntally involved. So I'm going to C sharp. The A sharp is the surprise. I finally get to G sharp, and I didn't do what I said I was going to do. this morning I did not keep track of when it turns into the seventh. Down at the bottom. That's what I did. The second here. It's actually no longer the seventh that I expected. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's the seventh. Down there, and it's down the E octave. So let me go back to here. And in that chord, whoa, just lost track of my B. B down still on the beat. The seventh upper octave. Okay, that's offbeat. All of that section has offbeats in the left hand. Okay, up to that point, everything has been on the beat in the left hand. So beat. Beat, down, on the beat, to B, on the beat, upper octave, off the beat. Oh, so I suckered myself. Seventh. Position arpeggio as opposed to 2-3. The signal for me, the physical signal, is 1 and 2. So I'm going to go ahead. My body tells me I'm heading down to C sharp. Still, it's too loud. It says tutte corde, but still, it's already going to be really full in this register. So I'm expecting G sharp. I need to know that A down there. Why would I expect an A? I'm playing C sharp or G sharp. Put those two together, that's not what you expect from Brahms. out the A not as the pronounced note, but as the discovered note. I like that. Down the octave. Well, let me go back. Actually, I'll go back all the way to here. I had already told myself these are all acoustic, all on the beat. On the beat, anyway. Has nothing to do with it. So, on the beat. Seventh, down at the bottom. I didn't expect that to be a downbeat, but it was. So, there you go. I had told myself it was. I have to trust my instructions. Downbeat. Downbeat with a passing tone. E. And the seventh. Here's the seventh. The middle octave. Offbeat. Offbeat. Down the octave. One and two. Move just three note chord. F sharp minor. There's the tritone. There's the A diminished. Full chord. Offbeat. Fifth. Lowest E. And again. Middle E. Release the B. Etc. So, an awful lot of mindfulness goes into this particular piece. There's so much information, there's so many things happening all the time that it's important to be aware of them. For me, I don't have the luxury of just being able to say, I hear it all in my ear. I know how it goes in my ear, but I can't recreate it without also being able to lead my body around. On the fifth. nervous. I got the A sharp, but the result of my state of being is that there was too much edge to deliver the messages calmly. One of the reasons I wanted to add extra notes, and I missignaled myself. In other words, this one arpeggiations. So I was expecting something else, but there is nothing else. I never let that awareness penetrate. So they're much easier. Isn't that funny? So variation on the opening, same harmony, same motive, single note. C sharp coming up, no extra note, A sharp. That does it. Here we are. We're going to chord a section in B, on B. And a beat to E. Seventh. Middle register. Off beat. One and two. Heading for the basement. Tuesday chord. Three-note chord. I remember. F sharp. Tritone. Low. Diminished on A. Open A minor in the left hand. Full chord. Fifth. Low E. Okay, that's much more satisfying because much more of it was clearer to me. I like to imagine that the interpreter or the performer is the partner to the composer. When we have to recreate what they do, we have to feel on an equal footing, regardless of what kind of genius the composers are imbued with. The fact is, if we can't at the very least understand some aspects of their language and make their choices meaningful to us, then even if we can remember the notes, we won't do them in a persuasive fashion. Now, the added advantage is if you understand the motivation as fully as possible, it's not a question of remembering the notes, it's a question of understanding, it's a question of knowledge, and you share that knowledge with the people who are listening to you. And I'm trying to reach that point, and it's quite frankly, it's very exciting when something is on the tip of your tongue and then you start to have clarifying discoveries. That's one thing that's nice about an older piece, a piece that's older for me, that I'm coming back to it, I'm making discoveries that perhaps give me more familiarity, more of a sense of being under the surface with the piece, making it closer to my own. So anyway, the journey continues.